Hello, good evening. It's Non-Farm Friday again. Jin here. Just wanted to give you an update of what could happen tonight at 8:30, where the non-farm news is released. So tonight we're looking at non-farm employment change. Previous was 136, expected 90K. Unemployment rate previous was 3.5%, expected 3.6%, and average hourly earnings previous was 0, expected at 0.3. All right. So my view, how I look at it is, I think that non-farm employment change is probably going to be not great. Recently, there were some labor strikes, so which explains the expectation being at 90K. So we could actually be looking at a lower than expected number, so lower than 90K, with unemployment rates also looking at a bit higher, maybe three. It probably will come out at 3.6 as expected. But with all that in mind, average hourly earnings, they expect it to increase to 0.3 from 0.0. It seems like quite a big jump, right? It seems like from 0 to 0.3 is quite a big jump. It might come in at 0.1 or 0.2, which will still be worse than expected. So because of this, we could be looking at an overall not great US news for tonight, US non-farm news tonight. We could be seeing all reds, right? So if we see all reds in the news data being released, what's likely to happen is we could see overall US dollar weakness. All right. So now if I flick on the charts, if we look at overall US dollar weakness, what would be a good trade to be looking towards? Actually, what will be interesting is looking at all the charts, the market seems to be quite in tune, or be quite attractive to be trading a US dollar weakness, right? So the Aussie has actually been trending up in the medium term. In the short term, it's actually ranged for the past 2 days. It's actually ranged quite a bit. So if it breaks above 6925 level, that would be a good place to be buying it up. So look at a trigger above 6925. Kiwi looks a bit toppish, so New Zealand US dollar looks a bit toppish. I would probably, between Aussie and Kiwi, I'll probably focus more on the Aussie dollar rather than the New Zealand US dollar. The Canadian dollar definitely looks very toppish at the 1.3180 level. So if it breaks above that, I'll be very cautious on whether it's going to keep going up or not. That seems to be quite a strong level. It's quite a strong resistance level. So I would probably not focus too much on the US CAD. The Euro US, I'll come back to that. I'll come back to Euro US. I'll tell you why later. Okay. The Euro Pound, I'll come back to that as well. The Pound US dollar has been on an upward rise. So if we see a weaker US dollar, we could see the Pound US dollar climbing further up despite what's happening in Brexit and despite all the delays coming up. So based on the news tonight, we could see the Pound US dollar moving higher, but I'll still be very careful of the 1.3 psychological resistance level there. So be careful of that. Don't think that you can buy and it's going to go shoot all the way up. The US yen has been dropping since yesterday, right? Since yesterday, it's been on a straight downward move. Same with what you've seen in the signals. We signaled a US yen sell. It went straight to the targets. At this point, it's at 1.108 level. Quite a strong support. So if we see a weaker US dollar, will it break that support level? I'll come back to that again. Euro yen, same thing. It's at a 1.120.33 support level. I wouldn't be so keen on the Euro yen at this point. Together with the pound yen, it's really been quite volatile, so I wouldn't be looking at that levels at that moment, that currency pair at the moment. Okay, so a quick recap is if we see an overall US bad news, expecting a weaker US dollar, what I'll be quite keen on will be the Aussie US to break above 6925 or 6930 level before it really starts going upwards. I'll be looking at the pound US dollar with a limit at about 1.3. If it breaks 1.3, we could see it climb quite strongly up, right? So in those, I'll probably look at those two currency pairs in a weak US dollar scenario. But what if the news comes out totally different to what everyone else expected? What if we get very good US news? It's above 90K, it stays at 3.6, it comes out at 0.3% as an average hourly earnings. So we could see US dollar strength, right? So if we see US dollar strength, I'm coming back to those currency pairs that I skipped. If we see US dollar strength, I would be quite keen on the Euro US. Although the Euro US has moved up over the past couple of days, right now it's been consolidating with a possible chance if it breaks below 1.1140, we could see it dropping quite strongly towards the 1.1100 level, good 40 pips, good 50 pips downward move. So if in a good US news scenario, I could look at the Euro US coming lower. In a good US news scenario, I could also see the US yen bouncing off quite strongly off the 108 support level upwards back towards the 109 level. I'm not saying that it will get to 109, but it could react off a very strong support level towards 109. Okay, so two scenarios. Good US news, look at Euro US breaking 1.1140. Good US news, look at US yen bouncing off 108. In a bad US news scenario, look at Aussie US breaking 0.6930 before moving upwards, or pound US dollar moving towards the 1.3 level. Okay, if we come to a point where we have mixed news, so you get some good news, some bad news, maybe good average hourly earnings, terrible unemployment numbers, terrible non-farm numbers, what's going to happen? You'll probably see the market jumping up and down, being very volatile with no clear directions. So in that scenario, I would probably stay out, not risk it, don't jump into trades randomly. See which directions it gives us, and probably the safest scenario would be to stay away from any trades tonight. Okay, so we've gone through all three scenarios. Please, if you are trading this for the first time, or even if you are trading this quite frequently, reduce down your lot size, because when you are trading news, you don't want to be increasing lot sizes or even staying at your current lot size. Decrease it down, cut it down by about half, so that in the worst case scenario, you are not overexposing yourself to risk or to big losses. It's just a learning process for now for you as well. Okay, so if you have any questions, please put it in the group. This video is only going to be in the WhatsApp group for now, and then after that I'll move it onto the YouTube channel a couple of days later. Alright, so trade safe, trade well, talk to you soon, bye.